ESG Live with Chuck and Raymir. Tonight, ending the Essential Scooter giveaway, Eric Lopez safety video, and 2 new futuristic scooters. And now, the Joe Rogan of electric scooters, Chuck Temple.
All right. Hey, how you guys doing? Thank you so much for tuning in to ESG Live. Today we got a lot of stuff in store for you today. Today, of course, we're going to go over the electric scooter giveaway. It ends tonight at 11:59 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, so in 7 hours from now. I hope you've entered that. If you haven't, you need to go check out our Instagram right now, because that's where you need to be, basically. So we're going to talk about that. We are going to go over some technical stuff, like IP water resistance and how you can find scooters with those ratings and what those ratings mean. It's for water resistance, obviously. We've got a community member, Eric Lopez, that actually did a review of some pretty cool looking safety gloves. We're going to play that video for you today. We're going to play What's in Your Bag, which will be a lot of fun. Just what accessories like I keep in my bag when I go riding. We've got the 10X preview stats ready to go. That's the 52 volt, 23 amp hour version. We've got 2 new scooters to show you. I don't know if you've seen a couple of these scooter videos, but like one is basically a pillow and the other one is a hyper scooter. So we're going to show those quick videos, talk a little bit about that. We're going to go over industry news. And at the end of the show, we're going to have our Facebook giveaway, not Instagram giveaway. That's tomorrow. Tomorrow is the end, and we're going to announce the winners for the Instagram giveaway. But for the Facebook giveaway on our Facebook, that's what we're going to go over at the end of the show. So just want to say hello, everybody. I can see all the guys in here. Vosk and Rev Rides is in here. Awesome. And Carter's in here. And Todd is in here. Todd just got an eMove Cruiser. Paulo's in here. Eric Lopez, of course, is in here. You're going to see his video. I know I probably forgot some of you guys, but thank you so much for tuning in every week. So awesome to, just to be able to do this, I guess, is a lot of fun. Okay, our mission is to help you find the perfect electric scooter. We do this show every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, as it is right now. The community, we kind of work on 3 different platforms. So one is YouTube. So if you're on YouTube right now, there's 62 of you at the beginning of the show, which is crazy. Please, if you're watching this later, please hit the subscribe button so that you can be notified when we are doing our videos. If you're watching this now, though, you better go hit that like button. So get out of that live chat and go hit like, because I want to make sure we hit at least 100 likes today. And we will by the end of the show, for sure. Instagram. So we haven't done much with our Instagram, but the contest, the giveaway contest, basically the Essential Scooters, giveaway to them is going on our Instagram. That's where you need to be for that. We're going to be putting a little bit more content on there. Wow, we doubled our likes in like 5 seconds. That's awesome. Thank you, guys. So check out the Instagram. We're gonna link to it and everything. You can see the link in the video description as well. And then also we have a Facebook group. Basically, that is where tons of stuff is now happening during the week. Not only is it the best place to go and ask your scooter questions, like what scooter you want to get, or, should I get this or should I get that? You can kind of find out that kind of stuff. But also, when there's like issues with scooters, like we talk to a lot of the industry folks, a lot of them don't want to be on the live show if they're talking about like a fix for a scooter or whatever. But a lot of the times I can get info and I'll place it right into the Facebook group, or I'll do an interview and I'll just do it for Facebook. Also on Facebook, of course, is the giveaway that David Vosk has spearheaded. So thank you, David. And then we also do Photo Friday on Fridays. Wednesday, I started doing office hours. So it's where people can jump into a Zoom session and basically, try to get some help on, one-on-one help about what scooter that they can get. Speaking of our Facebook group, of course, we do Photo Friday. Every Friday, we had an amazing amount of submissions. I think 126 comments with scooters in them. Thanks, Ramir. We had 126, submissions for the Photo Friday, and we had 2 runners up with 18 upvotes or likes each. All right, so with first runner up, you know him, all these guys. Randy Gardner got runner up. He's of course on the island with Trigger. Trigger is his 10X. I forgot how much I love the 10X, but here's his photo. We just started testing the 10X again, and man, it's like I forgot how much I love it. Second runner up. Well, another runner-up. It's not the second runner-up. It's another runner-up. Is Thomas Bennett. This is in NYC Domino Park, he mentioned. And it's actually the Levy, which is a scooter company that's based in New York, I believe. Beautiful photo. Actually, all of his photos are quite gorgeous. I think he must be a photographer. So, very cool. Very cool. And then finally, the winner with 21 likes is actually Eric Lopez, who was on the show last week. This is his eMove Cruiser. It's over Colonial Bridge in Orlando, Florida, where he lives. He was our guest last week. And then also he made a community video for us this week. And he's a nurse. So it's good to pay attention to safety advice from nurses. So congratulations to Eric on winning the Photo Friday competition. Okay, so let's talk about the Essential Scooter giveaway. So first off, I just we have a little video prepared for you guys. So let's thank you to essential workers and recognize their important efforts during this crisis.
Hey there, this is AJ Hart from Vora Motors. On behalf of our team, I wanted to say thank you so much to all of the essential workers. It is through your continued efforts that when we are able to leave our homes, life is going to feel a little bit normal.
The team at RevRides would really like to say,
Thank you, essential workers!
Today, we're reaching out with a simple message directed at all the essential workers in the US. And the message is simple. Thank you. Thank you for your hard work, perseverance, and for not giving up during these hard and uncertain times. You're keeping everyone, including us, going, and we know we could not be doing what we do without your support.
We're coming to you from Miami. Thank you very much, essential workers. We really appreciate everything you're doing for us.
Thank you, essential workers!
And remember, always keep the fuel.
All right, so thank you, Ramir, for making that wonderful video. It's such a amazing. It's just amazing to be able to like kind of offer this to everybody. And thank you to the sponsors. I mean, everybody. I can see your guys. I can't keep track of the live chat, but I kind of watch it from time to time, especially when we're playing pre-recorded videos. But you could see who has donated scooters. On our site, we list, what scooters are donated by each company. And actually, and unbelievably, it wasn't hard. I mean, like, everybody that donated stepped up like right away without bugging them or nothing, anything like that. Like, the amount of giving and, just generosity from our sponsors, Fluid Free Rides, Voro Motors, Go Tracks, Paulo Scooters, Rev Rides. I mean, basically, everybody I asked delivered, and we're very happy to be able to finish that contest tonight. We're gonna figure out the winners tomorrow. We'll announce it on Instagram. Just so you know, and now there's a little confusion on this, but you can enter. There's 7 contests. I think yesterday was the last one. Contest/giveaway. Legally, I think we have to say which one. If you're an essential worker, you can enter all 7. So don't think that you can only enter one, or that if you enter one, it means you're entered into all. There's 7 different ones, and I think each one is kind of a different sponsor's day, right? So go and look at our Instagram, and we kind of tag the images so you can really easily see which is the contest. And also, we made it very easy to enter. It's just tag a friend, make a comment, which scooter do you want. It's like, it should take like less than a minute for most of these contests. So, we're not trying to make essential workers work any harder, basically. Secondly, a lot of people thought that maybe essential workers were only like nurses and doctors and people in healthcare. Not the case. Essential worker definitions, you can go to just type in essential worker definition. We use the California one, but it's anybody that's like deemed an essential worker. So like if you're in food service, if you're in delivery, things like that, you probably qualify. If you're working, right, you probably qualify. Cool. And so, so for me, I think the reason we did this was because there was I just felt like there was so much need after I saw that image of all those people in New York, and then I heard about all of the the public transportation that was like not being active. And Raymir, what do you think about the essential workers?
I thought it was great. Brought a lot of awareness going on out there and how people can help, and also just introducing people to the scooter community, because the community is what really keeps everybody going. Like all the companies that donated, Chuck said it was pretty easy. Everybody was on board because it was a great cause, and I think the scooter community in general are a group of great people, like people from all different backgrounds coming together, just making something happen. Like we interact on the web, on a web show all day with different types of people, and it's just great. And I'm just glad all my family and friends know more about it and are excited.
Yeah, I saw you post a couple times on there.
Yeah,
that was cool.
Yeah,
and Raymir, I don't know if you guys know, he has his own. Maybe I shouldn't talk about
it. Later. We'll talk about my channel later.
So it's been good, and actually it's been awesome to be able to interact with so many people through Instagram, through Facebook, but mostly Instagram, that are just basically like the stories you hear of all these essential workers and how much electric scooters can really help them. It was like, I don't know, it was overwhelming.
Yeah, it was powerful. I think after the first day of the competition, just seeing how many people reacted in the comments, and you see what somebody does, and then you go to their page and they're telling a real story, and they're really out there doing it. And everybody's not going to win, but at least we can do our part on try to help and just do something for the people out there.
Yeah, no, for sure. So cool. I'm stoked on it. I'm stoked that it's going to end, because it's also like that's all we've been doing. Justin's been managing the whole thing, so thank you, Justin. But Raymir and Richie been making all the content to put this whole thing together, and I'm just like under the covers, hiding from social media. Yeah, you should shout him out.
Shout out to Justin. You guys don't see Justin a lot, but he put in a whole bunch of work for this giveaway, and in the Instagram, and been a lot of people. So just shout out Justin, Richie, Chuck, Apollo, Gold Tracks, Voro, Fluid, Free Rides, Rev Rides, and you guys. Thank you to you guys as well. Without this, it would happen. People support. That's all I have to say.
All right. Thanks, Ramir. All right. So let's move on. Deals of the week. I think a lot going on. All right. So deals of the week. Basically, you just go, we have different, videos. Oh, Justin's. We have different, coupon codes. Basically, we try to get the best ones for you guys. You can basically just find it on the coupon code page. That's where we have them all kind of collated. Basically, all these guys, all the top folks in the industry that we work with that have helped us with the giveaway, they all have great deals on scooters. So I encourage you to go to the coupons code page, check out what they're offering. Look at the reviews on those scooters. I know a lot of people that are going to be watching today are probably from the contest. Even if you didn't win, make sure to check out what scooters are there and get help and try to figure this out, because we're going to talk about it later. But as we get back towards, going back to somewhat normal life, there will be a war for our roads. And I'll tell you why in a few minutes. Go over that. Okay, now we have something real special for you guys. So we're starting, maybe we're starting a new segment, maybe not, but it's really nice when somebody from the community can do a review or make a video on something that they like. And so we're happy to, show that off for them. So Eric Lopez, the nurse, right, that was on the show last week, surgical unit nurse in Orlando, Florida. He also won Photo Friday. He made a video for his, for some gloves that have some unique features to them. And basically when advice like this is coming from a nurse, it's good to pay attention. So let's go ahead and play that video of Eric Lopez.
Hey guys, Eric Lopez here, coming at you with a nice little preview of this new product, safety gear. Very, very important on any electronic micromobility device. Scooters, one wheels, boosted boards, whatever you're using. If you're going faster than 10 miles per hour, you should probably have a good amount of safety gear on top of the fact that you should always wear a full face helmet, right guys? Also some elbow pads, knee pads maybe, but glove solution. This is very, very interesting. Previously, I used this glove to ride my scooter. You're going pretty quick, 25 to 30 miles an hour. You're going pretty fast. You need some good protection for your hands, right? This is what I used previously. This is a kind of a motorcycle glove. It's pretty heavy duty, but as you can see, I live out here in Orlando, Florida. It's hot. This is not very breathable, not very flexible, not fun after 20 minutes. In comes Flatland 3D. These beautiful gloves, specifically tailored, like I said, to the electronic micromobility movement. So this is the presentation. I just got them this morning. Beautiful product, really, really high quality. Now, let's talk about some of the safety features about this thing, okay? This has NOx technology on it. Let me get it on first. It has NOx technology in it. So, these gloves, these bigger gloves, have a tendency to have some padding in the palm, which is, it's good. It's pretty safe for you. Problem is, once you hit the ground, the leather on there will grab the pavement or whatever you're on, and it'll force your hand to move back and flex back, and that's where you get wrist fractures. This beautiful product here has a unidirectional flexible wrist plate. It is built into the glove right here. It's very thin, and the fact that it's unidirectional makes it really, really convenient because you can bend your arm this way. This works well for us scooter guys because we have to have that throttle control. For your boosted guys, it helps as well because it helps you be a little bit more flexible with your remote. Also, this has NOx technology. As you can see, it's nice and branded, pretty cool. These things here are two sliders. So if you fall down, you have your palms out, you hit the ground, you're gonna slide. You're gonna slide. As opposed to gripping, it's gonna make you slide. And once you start getting a little bit more forward and you lean forward, that's where this wrist plate comes into play, and you basically have a built-in wrist guard. Really, really good, really high quality. It's very flexible, very breathable. It's got some good grip here, grip area here. A little bit of protection here on the fingers. I wish they would have done a little bit more protection on the knuckles. Other than that, I think I should be okay. It has a nice 3M strip here so you can see at night. Visibility is everything at night, right guys? So, this is a quick little preview. I'm gonna go do a ride on my eMove Cruiser. We're gonna check it out, see how they work with my throttle control, and I'll get back to you guys and let you know what I feel about them after a couple miles on it, all right?
We're back. All right. So, Eric, I was watching your video here on my screen. Very cool. Thank you so much for making that video. If other people have videos that they want to share, just ping me. You can get our info on the YouTube account. But I would love to open up this show to more just community members that are making content. Not only because I'm lazy, but because I think it's valuable for everybody. So, very cool and good job. I mean, great video, a worthy thing to have for sure. Definitely better than my gloves. If you are interested in the gloves, you can find a link to them in the video description. So check that out. Okay, a little bit of education programming today, right? A little PBS for you guys. So a lot of people ask about water resistance ratings. Okay, so I'll just go over a little bit about that. So water resistance rating is an interesting thing because, of course, there is like this, it's like IP something, right? The first number is for like, what do they call it? Ingression or something. Like it's for like particles to get in your scooter, like dust or like other things, right? Not water. Second number is the water rating. And so I think on the screen, we have a water resistance thing. I just pulled this right from Wikipedia, but basically, if you have a scooter and you want to make sure that it's going to work in the rain, I kind of recommend making sure that second number is at least a 4. Okay. Now, the other thing about water resistance ratings is although there's a standard kind of like, hey, this is what this should do. It's like you should have this hose at this pressure and you spray it or whatever it is. But there's no like one body that like says that's like the testing agency. So like anybody can kind of test this stuff. Give a certificate. So, so it's a nuanced kind of thing, right? And so a lot of electric scooters that don't say they have an official rating, they just haven't gone through a third party like testing company. But if you do have, and I'm going to show you on the website in just a second, if you do want to have a scooter with an official water resistance rating, official being what folks say on their website, you can go to our comparison chart. And all the way over to the right side of it is where it says water resistance, right? You can actually click that filter button. When you click it, you'll see that, and again, this is all Justin's doing, so shout out to Justin again. But you can actually, click whichever boxes you want to make sure that you get the water resistance that you need, and it'll just filter all the scooters based on your other criteria, so you can just kind of see what's what. All right. Okay, cool. The other kind of quick thing that we did was when we launched the the survey for people's electric scooters and where they bought from and all that stuff. We made the web page, right, to kind of show the results of that survey, and that's on our website now. However, MicroMobility headquarters, which is the folks that I follow a lot that's basically I steal my news from them. Not all the news, couple things. So they repost some of our stuff now, and so what they did is they actually looked at our analysis and checked out the average rating by price, and I actually thought this was really interesting. So this morning I went on Excel and I made this really fancy graph for you guys, which here's got right
Thank
now.
you
Boom.
to essential workers.
There we go. So if you check this out, actually, this is what the people have spoken, right? So 754 or so, responses. And you can see that the rating of the scooter, while the under $600 scooters are rated, 3.3. This is all out of 5, by the way. Okay, so nothing got below 3.3. But you do get higher and higher in terms of like the customer rating, the scooter owner's rating over the price. So it makes sense, right? That that you spend more money, you should be happier and you should rate your scooter better. So I just thought that was interesting. Thought I'd share that little analysis with you guys. Okay, next scooters for us. So we've been in this like weird holding pattern with scooter reviews because we have all these scooters, but we're kind of waiting on different things to get them out. And I know that in the next week and a half to 2 weeks, we're going to have probably 4 to 5 scooters, and all the ones we've been sitting on, they're all going to be ready to be released. So we're basically going to be getting back to our normal, like every week scooter review, probably either next week or the week after. So the ones that I know for sure are coming up is the Kiwa Hummer, the 010X, which of course the 10X, we already have a review on our website. That is like our old process, and actually not our old process. It's just, we don't have any video stuff for that scooter because I got that scooter from Rev Rides like a year ago. And so we weren't doing video stuff. And I want to talk a little bit about the 10X because we just actually finished testing on it yesterday. So the review process is a long process. And since, that review may not come out for another couple weeks, I figured I'd share, just some of the stats that we got, because we've now tested 2 different versions, 2 out of 3 of the versions of the 10X. So we've got this version that we have here is the 52 volt, 23 amp hour version. We got a top speed of 36.1 miles per hour, which is about in line with what most people say. So the range on it was definitely better than the other 10X that we used to have. We got 26 miles of range on the scooter. And then as far as speed, 15, we got 2.5 seconds. And then in 5 mile per hour increments, so 20 miles per hour, we got there in 3.6 seconds, 25, 5.1 seconds, and the 30 in 7.9 seconds. The hill, and I just also want to say that when you're in dual motor mode, certain scooters are just like real, like instant torque, and it's a little scary. The 10X actually has like a more gradual pickup, which I kind of like. And, maybe it's because I'm, pushing 40 right now. But I'm starting to appreciate the scooters that like are just comfortable to ride. And so that kind of gradual like pickup just makes me kind of feel good. And then we'll talk more when we do the review, but there's a different way the stem is attached to that front wheel. And so you get a lot more stability at high speed. And anyway, it's just been a long time since I really did a thorough ride of the 10X, and I've ridden so many other scooters. It just kind of remembered why I love that scooter. Anyway, hill climb time was 8.8 seconds. The 200 foot test, we got through 200 feet in 7.4 seconds. We also have the one with fully hydraulic brakes, which are up buttery smooth. So anyway, we'll have the review out. It's sitting right here charging. I was going to ride it today before the show because, I like to, Ramir and I both like to, get a little stressed out from like 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock because we're basically, scrambling. No matter what time we start, it seems like we're always scrambling from 4 to 5 o'clock. Like someone's webcam doesn't work or whatever. Okay. We are also going to have a Mantis. Thank you, Todd. I see your comment. We're going to have the Mantis review out very, very shortly. It'll probably be based on the Pro model, although we'll kind of go over the differences between the two. So that will probably be out, I think, in about 2 weeks. And then we have the GT arriving like any day now, I believe. The U-Scooters E2W GT. So those are the scooters. And now for some news. All right. So let's talk about the news a little bit. I love the intro, Ramir. Amazing. Yeah, Mercedes. Funny. Yeah, scooter porn. I love it. So basically what's going on, right? Some of what's happening right now is Micromobility is booming. Now, a lot of the reports that I'm reading from, because I read industry reports from everywhere and we're part of communities of the greater kind of micromobility folks. So what's happening right now in the electric scooter world, or just micromobility in general, is that it is booming. E-bikes, right? A lot of the reporting is on e-bikes that they can't be kept in stock. That is absolutely true, right? But it's also happening with electric scooters. A lot of the folks that we work with are like running out of stock very quick. They get something in and 3 weeks later and it's out. So if you see scooters that are on pre-order, I would pre-order that, because if you don't pre-order it, you're gonna have to wait for the second shipment, right? Which could be another 6 weeks before they even turn on pre-orders. Just what's happening right now. It's happening everywhere. I was listening to the Micromobility podcast with Tony Ho, which is the Segway's vice president of global business development. Anyway, Segway, 9bot Max Segway, right? 9bot Max, all that kind of stuff. If you listen to to what he's saying, their retail side has now outpaced their sharing side, right? So the 9bot Max for personal owners is now beating the shared scooter market for them. And this is like kind of, I was not expecting that him to say that. So I thought, that's quite interesting. So electric scooters, there is no industry association for them, but from every report that we hear, and all stats, like it's definitely, I mean, they're saying, e-bikes are up like 3x in the last year. And, I'm not going to give any stats out, but like we are too, and probably more. But nobody knows it because this is so new, right? So let's see here. So in other news, the New York Stock Exchange just disallowed workers from coming to commuting to work on public transport. So they literally are not allowing them to use public transport before going in. So that's just this is COVID, transportation news type stuff. We talked about Uber last week. Remember, they upped their investment in Lime and allowed Lime to take over Jump. So, right, Jump is now Lime. Laid off a bunch of people, but Lime is now owning Jump. But Uber increased their stake in Lime to be the majority shareholder in that company. And now Uber is also using their cash to purchase Grubhub, right? And this is all making sense because, shared anything is not... There isn't. It doesn't really exist anymore, right? Like you can find a few scooters left in a couple cities, but basically what was a multi-billion-dollar industry by market cap, but these companies were rated at multi-billion dollars. Their income just got completely cut off. Now, compared to Lyft, Uber did a lot better because they were already investing in delivery services. Now they're looking to do that even more because now they're looking to purchase Grubhub. So I think it's really interesting, and we're going to see, nobody knows what's going to happen when, we start going back to work, right? And people start being able to move around again. But these sharing companies are all trying to pivot. Like we talk to, we have contacts in a lot of the scooter sharing companies, talk to those guys pretty often. They're pivoting right now to different things. And Uber is smart that they're doing delivery because that's what people need. So it's good. And then finally, the last thing I want to talk about for the news is an article from Slate. Really, really, really good article. Recommend you read it. It's all about what happens when cities come back to life, when economies start to spring up. And in some states that's happening, but in most places, I believe it's not, especially highly populated areas. Not quite there yet, but we're slowly getting there, right? I mean, so when that happens, right, there's two options, right? And then I'm talking about commute. When you need to go back to work, you're used to taking public transportation. Most people are not going to be happy taking public transportation anymore. So basically, for a lot of people, there's going to be two options. One, go in and get in a car if you have one. So your personal car, right? Or you switch over to some form of micromobility. And of course, some people won't have that option because maybe they have a 50-mile commute or something. But a lot of people will have this option. And so this is going to be big news. I mean, this is going to be big decisions for cities. Is what are they going to do? Are they if we get even like a quarter of the amount of people that take public transportation, and they start taking their personal cars, and so all of a sudden you have just as much traffic in cities as before, plus you add on 25-50%, it's going to be bad, right? So if you have that, right, then like if they go into the cars, right, then you're going to have more cars, which is actually going to be more dangerous for cars, but definitely for micromobility, for us, for scooter riders, for people that either do it as a hobby or, like myself, like many other people, use it for actually commuting or running errands. That's gonna be really tough. It's also gonna really suck for people in their cars because they're gonna be sitting in gridlock, right? Now, if more people exit public transportation and go into micromobility, then you're gonna have a healthier planet. You're gonna have less cars on the road. You're gonna, less car accidents, which are the deadly ones, right? You are going to have actually you're going to have people being able to spend their money on local businesses more, because we know that people that use micromobility, you can actually get into little shopping centers and like into the little nooks and crannies of your cities, which is where local businesses exist. When you're in a car, right, especially in a city, you got to go to the shopping center with giant parking spots, and that's fine. You can go eat at the chain restaurant that's all over the country, but then you're supporting, the companies that are like, the national companies, right? So anyway, it's just something to think about. None of this is wrong. It's not wrong to eat at like McDonald's at all, right? We love McDonald's. I think there's some McDonald's trash can right now, but it's also really cool to support the local businesses, and you can do that more on micromobility. So it's going to be really, really interesting. Also, we're at this weird time, right? In like psychologically and in marketing science and stuff like that, we know that when people go through big changes, that is the easiest time or the best time for them to change their habits. So this is why, like, when you have a baby or something, right, you just get inundated with like marketing material, like advertisements and stuff like that, because marketers know that you can change, that habits change or are easier to change when you go through big life events. So we are going through a societal big event right now. And right now is the time when people, and of course cities, need to make a decision. And it's probably as much or even more on the part of the cities to help proliferate micromobility, which is better for cities, which is better for people, which is just like, it's just cleaner for the environment. There's just so many different, benefits to it. But this is the time. It's going to be over the next X amount of months that we slowly get back to normal. This is the time when people are potentially willing to, like cities, potentially willing to embrace, adding more protected bike lanes, increasing sidewalk space, maybe here and there closing down certain roads from cars and just allowing masses of people on bicycles, e-bikes, scooters, and everything else, right? That I really hope that's what's happening. That's what we report on each week. When we hear about it and it's happening, I mean, I don't report on it this week, but in other weeks, it's like, I'll have a laundry list of just cities: Atlanta, San Diego, of course, San Francisco with Market Street. I mean, you name it. Oakland was like the first one, because they're kind of the cutting edge city, I think, in the country right now when it comes to micromobility infrastructure. This is what needs to happen. We support it. I hope you guys support it as well. Look out for articles like that in the news. And if Google's listening to you, you'll probably start getting news articles in your feed. Listen. All right. Enough said. All right. So we've got a couple awesome videos for you guys. So let's switch over. Couple videos have been making the rounds recently. 2 new scooter type things. So the first one is really interesting. I want to show you this video. Go ahead and check it out. Just a minute here. right. So this was developed. This is a prototype. This is not a real thing yet. Okay. It is called the Poimo. Okay. It's from, it's some, I believe it's a university. Where did I write this down? University of Japan or Tokyo, I think. It means Poimo. It means portable inflatable mobility. They call it a scooter. It weighs 12 pounds and can fit into a backpack. And it's made from the stuff that they use to make airbeds. So it kind of looks like one of those air mattresses. Pretty cool. I wish it had footrest. Yeah, University of Tokyo actually is where it is. But Ramir, would you get on one of those? Just curious.
No, I will not. I would not. No, it doesn't seem. I don't think it's meant for me.
Why not, man? It looks like if you got tired, you could just take a nap.
Right.
Just put your head down.
Looks like pillows, and then I see a comment in here saying that somebody might, a person might come up and try to pop it. You know what it looks like? It looks like those old school heaters, the ones you plug in, those wall heaters. They were back in the 90s. Never mind.
I only know about the round heater.
Yeah, it's like a space heater.
Oh, a space heater?
It heats up, and that's what it looks like.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder what the weight limit is. Also there's a charger that you must have to, bring around, not only charge the scooter, but also to, for, unless you're going to use your mouth to right? I mean, like, are you going to sit there and blow it up like the air mattress when you're a kid and your parents forgot the, pump?
All right, gotta go 5 miles.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna pass. It looks like a cool place you have family get party trip.
Yeah, I mean, I could see how, in Japan they, they might dig this kind of stuff because Japan has this like interesting culture of like cute kind of stuff, and I don't know, maybe they could make a Hello Kitty one, and then I wouldn't be surprised if you saw a bunch of like the Japanese people scooting off, and I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't these days. I would not be surprised. But yeah, what about like kids? What do you think, man? I mean, would you put?
I don't know. It looks like a little frozen hole.
Yeah. Well, I think also it's like right now the electric scooter market is absolutely a very masculine type product, as you probably know. Right? It's like most scooters don't have a lot of design. They have hard edges. They're black and everything. And this scooter is literally the exact opposite of those. So it's pretty interesting. Okay, so we have one other scooter to kind of show off here, and this is called the Dragonfly Luxury Hyper Scooter. And why don't you check out this video? It's just 1 minute, but it's basically pretty well done. Yeah. Okay. So we see a lot. Well, I mean, so let me give you the stats. This is what it says on their website. It's got Bluetooth, it's got GPS, right? 38 miles per hour, supposedly 30 miles of range. And it's a hyper scooter. So, in cars, right? Hyper cars, right? Usually describes a performance monster that usually comes with like a scary price tag, right? So, like it's going to be interesting. They also are saying that they're releasing over the summer. So, I mean, Raymir, what's your take on this one?
It looks a vacuum.
That's,
But it looks pretty cool. It's pretty
Yeah.
neat, futuristic. How much does it cost?
so I think it was like $4,000 to $6,000
How
somewhere in
fast
there.
does it go?
They say 38 miles per hour.
I don't know.
I mean, if it vacuumed, would you ride it around your house?
Pretty
That's
much.
that's the question.
Pretty much. But on all seriousness, I think it's kind of like it's nice. It looks cool, but it doesn't look as practical as the other ones. Like I wouldn't want to carry it around. It seems like it's heavy. What else? I don't know. We have to get it in. Hopefully one day, hey, send one to us so we can test it out.
Yeah, there's a guy who's, I guess, like some like super rich guy that made all the I think like you call them the lane things in airports where they try to keep you in the line. I think it's a guy that made a bunch of money with that, and and did it. And I mean, I don't know. I mean, it looks interesting, but it also really, I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a video that has such high production value as that one. I hope they didn't blow all their money on production and have nothing left for the actual scooter.
Yeah, the video production was high end. I like that part of it. I thought it was pretty top notch. And the scooter, like we said, once it gets out there, gets in the world, we see. But I don't know. The scooters we have now are pretty futuristic, and they get the job done. And it seems like I would go somewhere. That one, I don't know. How heavy is it?
I don't think I got the stats on weight, but like it doesn't look too heavy. But basically, I just these are the kind of things that I just wonder if they're even going to exist, right? Like, do you think that this thing's even going to come out? Like, what do you? I don't know if the folks in the live chat.
Live chat is funny. Somebody said it's an expensive Hoover vacuum. What else? Somebody said he's gonna have to sell a kidney for that scooter.
Yeah. I mean, I guess they may have something because a lot of the electric scooter market is still pretty young, right? And so these we're innovators, we're early adopters. We like new things, and I think a subset of electric scooter enthusiasts might actually be willing to like fork over that kind of money just to be the first one with it, just because it's a new type of vacuum. I shouldn't say whoever this person is gonna like. Maybe we shouldn't talk any crap about this scooter. It's just maybe it's just it gives me the feeling that like I'll wait and see if it exists before I would plunk down $100 for the pre-order. What about you?
Yeah, the scooter community has been burned by a whole bunch of Kickstarters and things like this. So just wait and see. We got all these great companies right now with great scooters that I will pay more attention to.
Yeah, that are actually out there. They're actually here. But also, back to the design, I do think that we're getting some innovation in terms of design. So, while it may look like a vacuum a little bit, what is nice to see is that these two new scooters they're not really scooters, they're prototypes. They may or may not exist, but folks are starting to take in design into account, whereas not every scooter has that design. It's a very it's a utilitarian type of like vehicle for the most part. There's a few exceptions, of course, but it's going to be interesting. All right, let's go. We have the last segment before the Facebook giveaway, and it's called "What's in Your Bag." All right. So basically, I just went into like the scooter bag, like, my backpack, right? That I just kind of take with me all the time. And I'll just kind of show what's in it. Some of these things are in our Amazon store. Probably half of them are not. So I pulled some of them out here. So first thing is safety vest, orange safety vest. I don't really ride at nighttime without this. Like if I'm riding at night and I don't have the safety vest, I'm gonna be like extra careful. I'm extra careful anyway, but this one's pretty cool. It's like $20. Got a zipper so you can like put your phone in it and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. Of course, next up I got my gloves. Now these are not as good as the gloves that that Eric talked about, so we're gonna have to check those ones out. But if I'm riding, I mean, I guess any scooter, but especially if I'm riding like one of the faster scooters, I definitely want to have gloves on, because when you fall, you want to be able to be confident that you can like put your hands out and that they're not going to get ripped up. And then if you're not wearing gloves, you know, you may not want to put your hands out like by instinct, which would be worse, right? Because then, you know, what's going to hit, right? Maybe your head, which is all bad. The next thing I have, of course, is my hand sanitizer. That, of course, is in my bag all the time now. Put it on all day, every day, because you got to have, you know, good hand sanitizer. Then, because it's, you know, the era we live in, right? COVID-19 era. I got my, I got my face mask, because, like, you know, I'm always, you know, it's like if you need to pick up something from the store or whatever on your way home, you know, the corner store, like every store, at least in California, they require you to wear a face mask just to get in there. Next up, a couple tools, or just one tool, well, many tools, is the kind of like Allen wrench set, right? So you've got, you know, basically when you buy most electric scooters, they just give you these little sets, and these are, you know, they're just the Allen wrenches. And so that allows you to tighten up the bolts on your scooter, which everybody, you know, should be doing regularly. You know, especially when you first buy it, you gotta check your bolts, because this industry is just too new. And while there are some really good sellers out there that will do quality control, and they actually take the scooter out of the box and check it for you, not everybody does that, right? And so you know, and even if they do, it's like, you know, people make mistakes. So like check all your bolts, but then about, I would say every, I don't know, 100, 150 miles, you know, there's not that many bolts. Just go ahead and just check it, and just keep one of these with you. Also, you know, if you get a loose handlebar or something, a lot of times you can just fix it yourself. Or if you know, if you get a brake that's squeaking or whatever, this tool comes in really handy. It doesn't weigh that much, so I like that. You get it with most scooters, but you can also, you know, buy them probably pretty cheap. Ask me for one, because we have like 50 of those. Then, of course, we get a flat tire, which we actually just did on the Hummer. We're range testing the Hummer today, and we got a flat. So we're gonna work on this. But we got our armadillos from Corey. So I keep this. It's actually nice because it's kind of a small bottle, right? A lot of the other slimes, we have the big bottles of them. So this one just doesn't weigh that much, and you can just kind of keep it in your bag with you. So when you do get a flat, you know, you just make sure all the air's out, boom, pump that thing up, fill the air back, spin it around. Hopefully you're on your way in like 5 minutes or less. Yeah. I also keep a granola bar. Then we've got, of course, we've got lights. So these are the actually shred lights, which we're playing around with right now. One is white and one is red. I don't know those, but pretty cool shred lights. So, you know, you can like attach these to different things, put them on your helmet. They got, you know, different types of mounts and everything else. They've got different strengths of, you know, brightness and everything, which is pretty cool. Show you this one. Oh, yep, that's on. Yep, that's on. Okay. So absolutely front light, you know, you want a high mounted front light, and that's why we always recommend having your, you know, handlebar mounted. So even if your scooter has great lights, but they're low mounted, pick up a higher mounted light. Our favorites are in the video description in our Amazon store. It's the one that I use all the time. These are also really good. They are water resistant, which is like really a plus. And then also you want to, you know, I've been through so many front and rear lights. I used to buy the ones with like a battery that you can change out. Those suck. Basically that you forget that they're on, or they're in your backpack. They turn on like automatically, like something hits it or something, and then your lights don't work. Make sure you get ones that are rechargeable, because that way, you know, when it goes out, you just plug it in, and you always got everybody's got their USB charging brick. Plus, a lot of these scooters actually have USB ports in the controllers. I think they're low powered, like half an amp or something, but they're there. So, you could always have your backup plan. And then finally, in my backpack, if I'm going to lock it up, which I normally do not lock up scooters, but if I was to lock up the scooter, I would get the biggest, baddest lock. This is one of the biggest, baddest locks, we think, which is the New York lock, the Kryptonite New. So that's what's in my bag, and my water bottle too. We'll have to ask other people in the future what's in your bag, but those are most of the things that I take in my bag that relate to scooters out. There's a question here. I'm sorry. Oh, Hugo Ortiz, have you gotten a new helmet, Chuck? A lot of people make fun of my helmet. I rode my scooter today. I'm gonna go get. Are you gonna grab it? Right below. We got an air conditioning unit. We can't use it during this live show, but so a lot of people make fun of my helmet. Like, this doesn't go in my bag, but I'll answer the question. It's not new. It's just, I've had this for about 4 months. Basically, 4 months ago or whatever, we started. I realized I couldn't just use my snowboarding helmet, my skiing helmet anymore, because we're going over 20 miles an hour on the regular. And if you go to our safety page, Justin did a fantastic job of researching all the standards, figuring out like all these like CSPAs and all these different whatever. He figured all these things out. And he put on the website, basically, if you go under 20 miles an hour, you can get one type, 2 types of helmets, bike helmet or downhill helmet, right? Because even downhill helmets, right, actually, to be certified, are actually only tested for the 20 miles per hour crashes. So under 20, then you're looking for downhill certified or bicycle, okay? But if you're going over 20, right, or you just are prone to falling, then you want to get a e-bike helmet, although there's not that many e-bike standard whatever helmets, but you're looking for a motorcycle helmet, right? And so you don't have to get full face motorcycle. I personally do want to save my face because we all crash. If you've been around electric scooters, our communities for even a month, you will know that people are crashing all the time. Maybe I shouldn't mention him, but like I was chatting with a gentleman the last couple days that just got out of the hospital, and he was wearing his safety gear, but like you get injured, these things are not like that safe, right? And things happen, cars pull out, whatever. So I got a lot of flack for this Marvin. People called it the Marvin the Martian helmet, but I don't care. Because like I'm gonna fall. I ride these things. I test them. We go we do quarter mile straightaways, and we try to get it. Now a lot of people that have tested this helmet, and I'll respond to Felix Molina Jr. asking if it's comfortable. It's not extremely comfortable, but you actually want it to be really tight on your face so that it doesn't rotate. Okay, so the kind of deal is like, if you are, I think even on the instructions, there's a lot of these, right? If you are like talking and opening your mouth a bunch and it doesn't hurt just a little bit or doesn't feel tight, might not be the right tightness of helmet for you. So when I put this on, now I know other people in the community are like, no, this thing's too big, whatever, and you find the helmet that's right for you. But I'll just say, 4 or 5 months ago, I absolutely we basically had no money, right? And so we basically looked for the cheapest helmet that met all the standards. And that's actually why we bought this one. And then we bought it once we got, Ramir and Richard here, we bought each of them one as well. Because, like this is not a safe sport. This is not a safe, ultimately it's like riding a motorcycle, right? If you ride a motorcycle, you will crash. It's not a matter of if, it's when. Eric Lopez is saying, full face helmet at all times. When I was a kid, I'll have to get my dad on here, but when I was a kid, I got in trouble. I got like tickets for not wearing my helmet on my bicycle. And I had to go to court one time, and because I was under 18, my mom had to go to court with me. and she crying because like I was like it's not like I'm a felon or anything, but like, she had to go to court and this was like a big deal. And I still didn't wear my helmet. Okay. So, but now I wear my helmet, and I'll tell you, these are more dangerous than bicycles. They are. We know this, right? There's many reasons why we have articles on why this is, right? It doesn't mean that it's bad. It just means that you need to be more cautious. And I absolutely, and then also scooters, they like things can go wrong catastrophically instantly on them, right? If you're buying a scooter from like Alibaba or something, you don't know that you're getting the most up to date one. You don't know these scooters go through cycles, like the Mantis, right? The Mantis just got upgraded for that stem bolt. Okay, now if you're getting something from Alibaba, AliExpress, gotta know what you're getting. You gotta understand that these scooters all go through cycles and they're constantly being updated with the latest, with little fixes here and there. And they don't change the name. They don't say, it's not the iPhone 10s Plus versus 10s or whatever the heck the iPhone is. So I don't know, but they don't say it. You don't know it. And so it's like in this infancy of the industry, while there's not a lot of good information, it's kind of why it is smart to buy from like somebody that is trustworthy. So, take that as so yeah, it's not 100% comfortable, but actually it's not that uncomfortable. I don't mind it. Raymir, do you mind wearing your helmet? Is it like a huge pain for you?
Okay, there we go. Okay, now I'm back. It's cool. It's nice. I had a regular helmet, not full face, and this helmet keeps the bugs out. It took some time to get used to at first because it was heavy. Like the first week I was wearing it, it was kind of heavy when I take it off. My neck was strained, but after a while, once you get used to it, you build up that memory, that muscle memory, and you build up the little, get your traps up and whatnot, get your neck muscle straight. It's good. It's great. I think it's worth it. You just never know when you're riding a scooter. Like you said, you can go over a bump, you can fall.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
It just, it's better to be safe than sorry. That's what my mother used to tell me.
Yeah.
I got kids now, so I'm trying to come home after riding. I'm just trying to come home every day the same way I left. So I think the helmet is worth it.
I mean, injuries suck. Like maybe if you're 20 years old, you're invincible or something. But like, man, I get hurt way too often. I got an injury right now, and it sucks. It's like it's not fun. And I tell you, it's as easy as forgetting to, pop your handlebar up because those little collars on the handlebar, like everything that little things go wrong. Or like the guy that I was mentioning before, I don't want to mention his name because I didn't ask him, but like he accidentally had his cruise control on when he was off-roading, and the scooter just kind of took off because you don't realize that cruise control on the uphill will go slow, and then as you're cresting the hill, or say you're doing a U-turn or a left turn, all of a sudden you forget that the scooter is going to just slam out on you. So there's so many ways to have that. All right, so let's get on with the show. All right, I think we're here. I think we're at the Facebook giveaway time. Let's do the Facebook giveaway. Raimi, are you ready for this? Vienna says you better explain your injury, not from scooting.
Oh.
I tell them.
Oh yeah, you should tell them that.
Well, I got a scab, and I think I was itching it, and then of course something must have got in there, and now it's like this big wound on my leg, and I went to the hospital yesterday. And I've been on antibiotics for like 5 days now, antihistamines for 5 days now, steroid creams now. Great. Really happy about that. But I will not show you this because it's disgusting. It might be a spider bite. I don't know. Culture comes back hopefully Thursday. We'll see. But it's not a scooter injury. All right. So let me find my dice. So let's talk about the giveaway. So this giveaway is you got it? Yeah.
So this giveaway is from Rev Rides. 666 Toolkit. like a pouch you put in front of your scooter. Shout out to David Voss for manning this whole competition. I mean, whole giveaway. David, he's always on it, reaching out to companies about what they give away to the riders, members of the community. So let's get started. We all know how the are. Let me explain it. There's a list of names, 100 and plus names that we put into a randomizer. Chuck is going to roll his die. Whatever number he gets, we're going to roll it. We're going to, whatever number he gets, we're going to randomize it that many times. So if he gets 2, we're going to hit the randomize twice. You guys get it. This time we're going to give away 2, so we're going to do it twice. He's going to roll a die, hit the randomizer. Oh, okay. I'll turn it up. Oh, sorry, everybody. Can you guys hear me now? It should. Okay, I'm looking at the screen. It should be good. But yeah, Chuck is gonna roll his die, and I'm gonna randomize it as many times as the die say. So if it's 2 times, I'm gonna hit the randomizer twice. And then we're gonna do the competition. We're gonna do the giveaway twice because we have 2 to give away. So Chuck, go ahead and roll your die and see what number you get.
Kit, but then they also are going to have a bag in there. So anyway, very cool. Thank you, Rev Rides. All right, so we're going to do, got a 1. All right, 1. That's easy. So we just hit randomize 1 time and see who the winner is.
Okay. I'm going to hit randomize 1 time. I got it.
My audio's
good.
Now
you're good. You're good. We're going to hit it 1 time. Nordium.
What? Good job, Carter. Carter got it. Man, Carter hacked our computer, I think. This man makes his own hacks for the who let Carter in here. All right, so very cool. I think Carter Nordium wins the first one. Congratulations. I hope everybody can hear us okay. Did you plan that?
Oh,
okay. Okay. All right. Here comes roll number 2. 5.
So we go from 1 to 5. Okay, let me hit this 5 times. 1. Okay. 2. 3. 4. 5. Okay, Christine. I don't want to butcher his last name. Christine L. Let's just go L.
All right. All right.
Copy that.
Congratulations to Christine L. Look, we'll David Voss probably will message the winners and make sure that they and then work it out with Rev Rides. So again, thanks David, thanks Rev Rides. Thank you everybody that liked the post. All you got to do on Facebook is just like the post and you can win this stuff. So pretty easy. Wonderful job. All right, you guys. That's about it for the show today. I know this was a short one. Well, not that short actually. So just want to say thank you so much for everybody that tuned in today. We got a bunch of scooters that, I know we haven't done a scooter review for a while, so we will have those coming up possibly even next week. Let's see. And then, please subscribe if you haven't already. Please give us a thumbs up if you haven't already. And continue the conversation on Facebook. As always, keep washing your hands. And until next time, ride safe. Don't forget to wear your helmet.